You alluded to this. The Browns have scheduled an interview with Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter on Friday, set to come to town. So, again, it's a defensive-minded guy. I tend to think if you're going to go defense, I would assume it would be Jim Schwartz. The thought behind an offensive head coach is if you get the young quarterback, you don't want to have a guy that can be hired away from you, poached away from you as a head coach.
Yeah, and I mean that's the biggest thing is if you don't know that you have a quarterback right now, or you don't feel like there's an option in the draft, at least as it looks now, from our perspective, that there might be one, if not two, top, no question quarterbacks, and I don't even know if you have that, then you're not going to get one of them at six. And so, do you look at your current roster? Do you think, one of those rookies from last year, Sanders or Gabriel, is a guy you bring in can really take to another level? Or is there somebody in the offseason in free agency or a target in a trade? So, other than that, you're unsettled again at that position for another year. So, that's the question. I've said it. My stance with the Schwartz is that that's the closest unit. You got a playoff ready defense out there. So you just can put all your attention into the offense to get it relevant. And I think if we went through this schedule, they won 5 games, but I went through it and I can make a case at least 5 other games they should have won, if not for the special teams or the offense. And you would have won the division as bad as this division was this year. So, that's the thing is identifying, and I'm just saying if the Browns don't think it's a full-blown rebuild, I think you want to keep at least half the puzzle together instead of just assuming that if I bring in another defensive coach that he's going to keep everything the same, even though he runs a 3-4, which Myles Garrett isn't a 3-4 defensive end. And all these guys were built for one defense. And don't forget, you have a potential. It's like adding a free agent or a top draft pick in Martin Emerson should return. He's a starting cornerback, assuming his Achilles is healed. And if you get JOK back, that's like adding another top tier veteran free agent without even drafting anybody, just with what you have under contract. And so I just think you're risking the defense by going any other direction. And maybe Schwartz is okay. I know he interviewed as a head coach for the Ravens. Whether that was a trade off of the Todd Monken to say, hey, you're going to talk to our guy, we're going to talk to your guy, or whatever. So yeah, it's who knows at this point, but it just to this point, it just doesn't. Nobody overwhelms me. Um, and you've got somebody in your building, that you can build with. Now maybe they feel like none of the offensive guys would work with him. I don't know.